than one. Yeah, so you are recording now, okay. Yeah, so you can save all the settings for the DICOM printer here. And now you are ready to print to the Fuji printer or whatever DICOM printer is available at the customer. Yeah, so mainly these are the three main points for DICOM connection. Yeah, as I said, everything is set up in DICOM here. So we have work list for work list query. We have DICOM send for sending images into the PACS. And we have DICOM print for connecting DICOM printers. I think you got in the situation that you forgot to order the print license. So always remember, DICOM printing is a separate license. It's not included in the software, so you must buy it separately or order it separately. Okay, so far?
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
In a DICOM worklet, I know have for information and need add console I title. We can check anything after say this information for hospital to license. If
so
in a worklet console I title, you know, you see. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. We can check anything after say this information for hospital to license.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. It depends on the worklist server in the hospital. If there are two possibilities. The first one is it doesn't matter what the AI title of the console is. So you can enter whatever you want and it will always get all the patient information. So the worklist query. But normally, the worklist server is predefined and all the modalities which are making a query to the worklist server have to have a special AI title. So normally when a hospital gets new modality, it will preset. It's like a filter. So if you're not asking with a name, for example, Amadeo, you will not get an answer of the worklist server. So it's like a filter. And if the hospital is, for example, saying no, you need to have the name, for example, X-ray, or maybe it's the third X-ray. It's X-ray 3. You have to enter this one. So it's predefined on the worklist server. So the information which you have to choose here, you need to get it from the hospital's IT.
If the hospital asks they need your title, port ID, and address of our DICOM director, to add the license, you can support.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Sure. So, and otherwise, if the hospital's IT asks you, okay, you have a new modality, you have a new system, an X-ray system, what's your AI title? You can predefine. So maybe they will have more than one. So I would prefer something like this. It's Amadeo 1. And then you give the IT from the hospital, you give them the name, okay, we will ask the worklist server with the AI title Amadeo 1, and they have to preset it in their system, in their worklist server. But sure, we can always support you with this.
Only name the console IA title, not IA title proc ID Android of DICOM bracket DR.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Yes, I normal. Normal. We only only right. Normal. I only say sorry. Again.
Thành nói dịch gì đó.
Lâu không dùng nhiều từ nên là quên. Okay. Normal. We can we only provide name console IA title, not
Yes.
Not IA title or ID Android of the software, our software.
No.
Meaning the software not have a IA title for and IP Android.
So normally when you submit your AI title, so from your modality, from your system, you give it a name and say, okay, we will ask the worklist server with the name Amadeo 1, and the IT will definitely give you back the SCP or host name or IP address, the SCP AI title, and the SCP port. So this three information, this one, and this one.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Three information from a hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but if hospital ask they need IA title, IP, and port of our software. You know,
yeah.
our software.
Okay. So you made just, you can enter a name whatever you want, and you give us give this the IT guys. So for example, Amadeo 1, and the port doesn't matter. So they can predefine when they say, okay, we want to have the worklist server on port, I don't know, 3000. Then it's fine for us. We can choose whatever they want. And if they want to have us at predefined, you can also choose whatever, 105, for example, and say the IT, okay, we will ask the worklist server on port 105. And the same here. So it doesn't matter if the IT will predefine the settings or you predefine, but normally it will do the hospital's IT. Did I understand the question correctly?
Thầy ơi, ý cậu là sao? Ý cậu là bây giờ là bệnh viện người ta yêu cầu hỏi cái title hot với performance query with air title đúng không?
Này, tức là bình thường là mình khi mà những cái thông tin, cái IP Android này, AI title và port này, tất cả các thông tin này từ IP bệnh viện phải cấp cho mình để mình add vào đây thì nó mới link được, và mình chỉ cần cấp cho họ cái tên cái console AI title ấy thì là ok, đúng không? Nhưng mà bây giờ có như thằng Hiếu hôm trước nó cũng hỏi đấy, thì cái này tớ cũng hỏi lại bên hãng rồi, nhưng mà nó lại không cung cấp, tức là bệnh viện bây giờ nó lại không add được tên mà nó phải cần cái địa chỉ của IP Android này, rồi AI title rồi port của mình ấy, tức là cái phần mềm của mình phải cần cái địa chỉ đấy, có những cái thông tin đấy không thì nó lại bảo là không có cái thông tin như thế, thì ý tớ muốn hỏi là như thế.
Okay, okay, Matthew.
Yeah. Okay.
Question of me, okay. Well, last week we get a error with some hospital in the south. As normally we know that we have the IP address and title and port. And we get it from hospital, right?
Yes.
But some hospitals don't have this, and they require to provide IT address, their title and course. They say that your software should have this. Is correct?
I don't understand the question correct, I think. Can you ask again?
As normally, hospital will provide IP address, title and port. Right.
Will not provide.
Thôi giờ chỗ này nó giải thích hiểu rồi, bây giờ không cần hỏi lại nữa. Nhưng mà ý là invite tớ hỏi như thế thì mọi người đã hiểu chưa? Còn nếu mà hiểu rồi thì thôi không.
And that means you cannot provide the IP address and title and port.
No, especially IP address. I don't, or we don't provide IP address because the IP address is managed from the hospital's IT. I don't know if for example, if it's not a host name, I don't know if the hospital's IT is or network is set up like this, or if it's set up like this. Yeah, that's the hospital's IT or a hospital's network, and we don't know the IP predefined. So when when a system is connected to a hospital's network, it can connect automatically if it's set up in the hospital's network. So it's like in our home, yeah, we just connect our smartphone or our tablet or PC to the router, and it will get an IP address automatically. But normally in a hospital, it's managed, so there should be a predefined IP address, and it's the same with the worklist server. It should have a predefined. So all the other stuff like connecting the system to the hospital's network and set up the network address, it's normally done in Windows. So if you need to change the IP address, you can just make it normally in the Windows settings.
Okay, so I understand.
Okay.
Okay, totally understand.
So I think in the past you had some issues with the DICOM packs or the DICOM print. So I hope that's a little bit more clear now. So you have to set it up here, and you definitely need to set up the printer itself. So if the media is not right, if you have entered here clear film, but in the printer itself is blue film, it will reject the jobs. So it will not work if the settings are not absolutely correct regarding the printer. Yeah, it's the same with the media. If you have 10 by 12 and 14 by 17 inch, but the printer has only, I don't know, 8 by 10 inch, it will not work correctly. So the information regarding the printer you need to get, and you need to enter them here correctly, and then it will, and you need the license. Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. I just translate them out here. Cái IP đấy ạ, thì mọi người hiểu chưa?
Cái mình thực ra cái đấy IP của máy này nó tự có mình đặt lại ở trên cái kết nối này không phải.
Vấn đề là hôm trước ở Sài Gòn nó Hiếu nó đi bệnh viện hỏi lại là cái IP của phần mềm.
Bản chất là phần mềm không có IP.
Thì thế nhưng mà là vấn đề là bây giờ
mà cái máy tính có IP thôi.
Máy tính có IP nhưng mà hỏi là hãng phải cấp cho cái đấy.
Hãng
Nhưng mà hãng thì nó trả lời là cái này khi mà kết nối với server của bệnh viện thì nó tự động kết nối giống như mình qua router ấy. Đấy.
Thì đúng, trên kết nối là nó không, cái IP đấy này là của hotname hot chứ còn của nó đâu cần đâu, cái máy tính tự kết nối mà.
Đấy thì là nó bảo là bây giờ của gia đình thì nó có thể kết nối tự động, nhưng vào cái của bệnh viện thì người ta cần quản lý thì là cần IT của bệnh viện cung cấp cho mình cơ. Còn về phần
không, tức là chỗ này, tức là cái chỗ mà Google ấy lúc này mà trao đổi ấy thì giống như kiểu máy in này, tức là phần hotname, phần ID title và phần POC ấy là cái này là bên IT của bệnh viện họ sẽ cung cấp, để vì là cái này là cái liên quan đến hệ thống read và của bệnh viện và hệ thống hit của bệnh viện, chứ không phải là máy tính có. Mà cái thứ hai là cái chỗ mà ID console, ID title ấy, tức là cái tên này mình có thể đánh bất kỳ tên gì cũng được, nhưng mà mình phải cung cấp cái tên này cho IT bệnh viện họ add vào cái hệ thống hit và read của bệnh viện.
Hôm trước sao
Đấy.
cậu bảo là cái gì post là hãng giữ
Đấy, nhưng mà hôm trước thì bình thường thì IT bệnh viện nó có thể add được cái tên này vào để nó cấp phép để cho nó điều khiển cái máy này ấy, để nó lấy thông tin từ máy này. Nhưng mà có một vài bệnh viện thì như hôm trước thì tôi mới thấy thằng Hiếu mới hỏi là nó bảo là phải cần cái địa chỉ POC và địa chỉ title và cái địa chỉ IP của mình đấy thì mới add vào được. Thì lúc ấy thì mới phát sinh vấn đề hỏi thêm cái đấy.
Chứ còn cái đấy bỏ qua cái đấy.
Rồi sang phần cái green ấy thì là như Hiếu hôm nọ thì cũng có vấn đề với cái in, thì người ta vẫn bảo là bây giờ vào cái phần media chọn là đúng lại phim và để điều chỉnh cái phần mà đấy thì là cái hôm trước lỗi đấy thì chỉ có phần đấy là người ta đã hướng dẫn cho mình chỉ trong phần media đấy rồi.
Cái đấy vừa nãy anh hướng dẫn rồi. Cái này cái phần đấy bỏ qua đi. Bây giờ anh bảo bây giờ nhá, hỏi là bây giờ ta có một cái máy đây mà họ sẽ insert khi cho mình, anh sẽ insert thì một số các công việc một cái, và sau khi insert rồi mình sẽ có cách gì để check lại là cái license ấy đã hoạt động không?
Ấy có check connect deck đâu anh, có check connect đấy.
Check connect không có tác dụng gì em ạ. Nếu mà check connect vẫn in bình thường, connect nhưng mà không có lệnh in thì vẫn không in được, em hiểu chưa?
Tức là vẫn không in được thì là nó do cái cài đặt của thằng hãng ban đầu.
Thì đấy thì
cái này
mình mới hỏi là bây giờ là khi tao nó license rồi thì in không in được thì mày có kiểm tra cái cách gì kiểm tra là có máy đã gửi lệnh in chưa?
Nghĩa là anh cài đặt license rồi.
Ví dụ thấy license rồi nhưng mà in vẫn chưa in được, mà kết nối đúng, cài đặt đúng thì mình có cách kiểm tra lại cái license hoặc là như nào không để hoạt động không? Ví dụ là máy sẽ làm thử trên một cái này, người ta sẽ cho cái view luôn.
Okay, Martin, we have a question.
Yeah.
Yep. In the case, we install a license, but we cannot print out. We check the connect okay, print okay, but we cannot print out. Do you have any advice to handle it? And any advice to guide us how to do for the test?
Connection to a printer?
Yes, printer, and okay, we have Amadeus here, and you can connect to it via TeamViewer.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Ở đây họ có cái máy in rồi, cái phần mềm này là họ đang cài đặt cái máy in. Bây giờ mình chỉ cần hỏi là làm nào để giám sát cái quá trình in đấy nó đang in hay kết quả in được rồi mà
không, nó hướng dẫn của mình nhập vào cả cái phí của anh, mình nhập tin nhiều cái là không được. Mình cứ sau rồi nó lên sau mình cũng sau đây.
Okay, Peterson, can you provide ID and passport to your?
Vấn đề là cái máy kia của mình đang không có máy in thì nó sẽ không biểu hiện được cái trạng đấy. Thì
đúng như thế, nhưng mình nó check thôi, nó dạy cái mình check thôi nữa.
Máy này đang có.
bây giờ nó gỡ đi ra xong nó cài lại đơn giản hơn. Mình bây giờ cái thiết bị của mình nó không có máy in thì nó mô tả nó khó. Bây giờ nó làm ở đây là nó đang có đầy đủ dụng cụ rồi, bây giờ bảo nó là bây giờ cách cài license thì chắc chắn nó sẽ hướng dẫn ở trên này, sau nó in thì nó bảo bây giờ tao không biết cái máy in là nó đang in rồi hay chưa, thì bây giờ làm thế nào để kiểm tra trên máy tính đâu mà không cần biết máy in nó in rồi hay không, như thế nó dễ hơn. Còn cái này mình không có máy in nó lại mất công.
Bây giờ anh muốn là
Nếu mà nó hiểu ý là sẽ hướng dẫn mình cách thôi, chứ còn bây giờ thực tế là
bây giờ anh Sơn anh cũng đăng cài là cái này, nhưng có một vài cái không được thì bây giờ cứ cho nó gửi sang cái này trước. Xong rồi nếu có vấn đề gì mình sẽ hỏi lại nó thắc mắc lại.
Cái máy này nó mạnh được.
Máy đến cái đối này không được.
Rồi.
Cái phòng học mình rất có người không có gì lắm.
nó phun cái người đăng nhập vào thì nó sẽ không được thôi.
Không trước một mình em
Đấy là một mình em thôi, còn một số những người người ta tự động ở ngoài kia người ta tự mở máy mà chỉ tối đa 8 người đã kết nối rồi thì không vào được nữa. Thì đặt ra.
Rồi xin nó bảo nó không nhận tôi hướng dẫn trên đấy là chút.
Trước anh
cái đây được em bảo nó có hướng dẫn. Bây giờ cài đặt hoàn tất một cái license nhá, check screen này, check cái kết nối ạ.
Kiểm tra quá trình đấy nó nghĩa là cái máy nó ở xa chẳng hạn, máy ở xa bây giờ muốn đi mà không được là
Được rồi em ơi, qua đây đánh này. Đây 833 388 này.
Anh gõ vào đấy được không?
Ok. Partner mình gõ của mình, gõ của nó gì? 1500 nữa.
Ra buổi này buổi các anh em kỹ thuật chứ bảo kinh doanh vào ra buổi này không hiểu cái gì đâu, bởi vì nó không liên quan.
Anh em kinh doanh không hiểu được cái vấn đề nào đâu.
Đề nghị anh Thế nghiêm túc nhá.
Không, anh nghiêm túc, anh thấy miên man lắm.
Kinh doanh vẫn phải biết sơ sơ về kỹ thuật để đi chém gió ông ơi. Người ta hỏi cái gì cũng không biết hết, cái để về hỏi kỹ thuật sao được.
Ông chưa ông cho ông nói chuyện cho mọi người nghe cái.
Đấy là kinh doanh nhưng mà vẫn phải hiểu sơ sơ để đi chém gió với khách hàng.
Không,
là...
nhưng mà tôi kia hiểu sơ sơ, nhưng mà tôi người thật việc thật, nhưng ông cứ bảo sơ sơ làm cái gì lên kỹ thuật.
Anh ơi bây giờ nói chuyện vào để mọi người tập trung trên kỹ thuật nhá. Nếu mà cảm giác không nội dung không liên quan ấy, các anh cũng có thể out, không có vấn đề gì cả nha. Để em tập trung em nói với hãng để nó kết nối cho anh Sơn cái này đã. Hello Martin.
Hello.
Getting back to connect to the
yeah,
unit.
I got.
Yeah. I take your ID and pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
vấn đề máy in ấy gì ạ? Ý là bây giờ ví dụ mình muốn in một cái máy ở tiếp ngoài kia
Perfect. So the problem is connecting to a DICOM printer?
Okay, can you repeat? Can you repeat?
Mình không cần nhìn thấy cái tin đấy ra ở mình được biết được là
We install DICOM pack away, but some problem that we cannot do it more. Can you check? Can you check all? Yeah.
Không, bây giờ mày mà họ có thể insert cái key ở trên laptop. Insert cái key thao tác.
Can you insert the key on the desktop?
Sorry?
Can you insert the key we show on the desktop? Anh để ngoài desktop đúng không? Yeah.
This one?
Yes. Can you insert it?
Yes. So I will show you. So you need to go to OR license.
Yeah.
But it's all here. No. It's limited. Okay.
But something is not installed successfully, so that's why we need you check it.
Yeah, DICOM print, but that's all fine, except postcom. So to insert this license, this one here, you go to a license, insert license key.
Yeah.
Then you select file.
Yeah.
Go to desktop. Select the file.
Yeah.
You can see they're all listed here, and just press insert license keys. Close. Yeah, and now you can see the limitation is gone, so everything is working fine. Before it was a limitation, somewhere with a limitation, now all are without limitations. So that's the most easy way. Just go to license, insert license. Also, TeamViewer is lagging a little bit. It's very slow.
Is it okay now? Oh, wait.
Đây nó hiện nó có lệnh nó chạy in nhưng mà nó không đã kết quả thì nó có cái phần đang còn những cái cách chỉ để chỉnh lại.
Nghĩa là bây giờ là cả DICOM print đúng không anh? Đây là DICOM print đúng không? Okay.
I can't connect anymore.
We are checking connect in outside. Anh xem cái nối mạng nào.
Here we are. Good. So after that, I would restart the software to get all the licenses. Hmm. TeamViewer is very slow today. I don't know if it's a TeamViewer issue or something else. DICOM print is okay.
Trong trường hợp chúng ta phải đặt in trên máy đã báo xong rồi nhưng mà không có in ra thì cách kiểm tra như thế nào? Cách xử lý như thế nào?
Okay, so license is all in. Next thing is DICOM print connection.
DICOM print connected. Everything is okay.
Yes, everything working, or should I check it? Okay, so okay, so the printer is not available right now, right?
Martin, yeah. We don't have a printer at the moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But we have a question relating to last week's case. That all installation is successful, and we print the study.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the laptop informed that the print is successfully, but reality is not. It cannot print now.
So the sending was okay, but you don't get a print out of the printer.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything is okay, but we cannot print. But the laptop informed us we print out successfully.
Okay.
Do you understand? Yeah. But reality is not.
Yeah. It just mean it's not both way connections. So we are just sending, but we didn't get a response of the printer if it's really printed. So when we say it's printed successfully, it just means that we have sent the job or the DICOM images successfully to the printer.
Yeah.
If the printer is not printing, it's hard to say. We can support you with TeamViewer on site and check if we can see what the issues are.
But do you have any advice to check that problem and how to handle it?
Yeah, normally the easiest way is, for example, if you have a printer with this IP address like this one here, and also the port 104. I don't know if the port 104 is correct. So that is the first one I would check, because normally the 104 is for DICOM send, and 105 is for work list, and DICOM print is normally something else. So I would check with the supplier of the printer if 104 is really the correct port. So the second one is if the customer says, okay, all the data should be definitely correct, you can just make a telnet. So make like this, then the IP address of the printer. Oh, like this one. Space and the port. So telnet space IP address space and the port. And now when you press enter, it should be connecting. And if this is working, the connection itself to the printer is fine. So then we need to check the settings of the printer. For example, blue film, clear film, media size, etc. But if you now, like this, could not open connection to the host, something with the setting is not correct. So maybe the IP address is not correct, maybe the port is not correct, or you have a firewall. Often when you have problems with DICOM printing, often the case is that there is a firewall blocking the connection on port 104.
Okay.
So telnet is always a good test. Often it's the firewall. Maybe something is not set up correctly with the port, etc. So that would be my 3 things I would check at the beginning. And if you have an actual case with a problem, yeah, just send us maybe from on site the TeamViewer ID and we can check it directly, or send us the support log. You know what a support log is? I hope so. You know our support log tool?
I can check print shop on OR DICOM print.
Yeah. Normally you could see all the print jobs, but they are removed. So when you want to see them, you have to uncheck this check mark here, and you will see all the jobs from the past.
Nghĩa là trên này nó
Do you know our support log tool?
Yes, I know the support tool in the support mode. I know.
Not support mode. It's when you have a problem, for example, with a DICOM print or a workless server or whatever, and we should support you. You can send us log files. So every connection is making some logging. For example, here we have a log folder and we can see all the archiving. So we can see what's archived with this system. You have also a print log. Let's open the print log. So here you can see everything what has done from the OR DICOM print application, and so we can check in this log files what happened and maybe give you a hint what was not correctly. And if you want to send us all the log files from a special case, do you hear me? It's so.
Yeah, we can hear
you
you.
okay. You can go to DICOM Parks Tools. Oh. In Tools, there is an application called Support Log. This one here. And when you start this tool, you just give the customer's name. Yeah, for example, Our team viewer is really slow today. Yeah. Customer city. If you have a ticket number already with us, you can enter the ticket number. Like this one. You can enter your name if you want. If the PC is connected, yes, just leave it on yes. And you can make a problem description. For example, DICOM print not working.
Can I see this function in the support mode in the support tool the same?
No, it's just in this path. So in DICOM packs tools, you find this tool. And when you press now collect, for now I will select no, but normally make it yes, because it's normally connected to the internet. And when you collect, press collect, the tool will collect all the log files which has occurred in the last 2 days and will send it to us automatically. So we can check the log files in our company and give you maybe a hint, okay, it should be the wrong port or the wrong IP or whatever, or the firewall is blocked or something like that. So we collect everything which is useful to analyze problems and issues. You can see we collect XMLs so we can see the configuration. We select log files so we can check log files and so on and so on. So that's a really good tool for us and for you, so we can help you with issues. Okay, DICOM packs, tools, support log. Okay,
When,
so far.
So when you support tool in the support mode.
No, support mode is another thing. Support log is just sending us all the log files. And in support mode, there's also settings for the software. That are two different things. Okay.
Thầy hỏi xong chưa Thành nhỉ?
Anything else?
Okay. Okay. Another question. How we can check the working of all components via the software? How do we check working of all components via the software or laptop, notebook?
Yeah. So with the Amadeo Mini, normally when you start the software, it will check every component. So it will check if the detector is all right, if the generator is all right, if the synchronization is all right. And when you get no error message, everything is fine. Otherwise, you will get an error message. For example, now you don't have enabled or switched on the generator, I think. So when you start the software, it will get a generator error. So there is normally no way to check it manually if everything is working. It's vice versa. We are checking with the startup of the software if everything is working fine. And if the software is detecting something is not working fine, it will get you an error message. Oh, we have 2 DICOM prints now.
Can you repeat it? You mean there's you mean there's no way to check component is working well or not?
By components, you mean like generator, detector, etc.?
Generator, iterative, cái gì nữa, bóng,
Yeah. So normally,
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, normally everything is preset in our software. And when you start the software, it will check every component. And if there's something wrong with a component, it will give you an error message. Or for example, if you're working a lot and the tube is getting warm or hot, the generator will give the information to our software, and our software will give you a warning like generator is too hot, there is an interlock, you have to wait some minutes, and then you can continue.
Okay. Okay, we understood it.
Yeah, for example, now, yeah, it's not established connection because the generator is maybe not switched on, and then you got an error message. And that's how it's working completely. So if the battery on the detector gets low, it will give the information to our software, and in our software you will get a message: battery of detector is getting low, please change the battery.
Hỏi xong chưa JP để tớ hỏi với.
Thầy hỏi đi. Các anh này cơ bản xong.
Okay, another question.
Yeah.
I know the patient ID can be generated automatically, and after that the patient ID either simply incremented, right?
So you need to change the patient ID?
Patient ID. Again, the patient ID can generate automatically. After that, the patient ID either simply incremented, right?
Yes.
Can we set up the patient ID begin follow desired character? Example, have a 6 character ABC 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
After software can understand patient ID automatically either ABC 1, 2, 4.
So you want to change the patient ID or the name automatically?
Yes.
No, there's no functionality like this in our software.
If not, you can say detail about the mode. Patient ID generate automatically.
No. So I understand it right. It's the patient data, yeah? Like when you set up a patient data here. Do I understand it correctly?
Oh, in the support mode, in the view, in the workload view.
In the worklist view?
We can set up the patient ID generate automatically.
You mean here?
View in the view.
Thành ơi, anh Tùng nói thế có đúng không? Nó ý của cậu hỏi là cái IP nó tự nhảy hả? Hay gì?
Nó cũng hiểu rồi nhưng mà can you understand?
No, sorry.
Okay. Again, the patient ID.
Yeah.
The patient ID can be generated automatically if you set up in the support mode.
No. You mean like an automatic ID? Now I understand. So every patient gets
ID.
Yeah. So every patient gets an automatic ID.
Yes. You can say detail the mode the patient ID generate automatically.
Yeah. No, we don't have something like this because normally we have a worklist server or a patient management system in the clinic or in the hospital, and the patient already has an ID, and normally you have to use or you have to enter this ID.
I know normal I can add patient ID, but I want to patient ID generate automatically.
Yeah.
But,
no, that's not possible.
Not possible.
Not possible.
Oh, you can try the support mode. You can. Okay, support mode is okay in the workflow. In try workflow.
Mm-hmm.
In the view.
And view, yeah.
Okay. In the worklit view. Okay. Below. Oh. You can.
You mean the patient ID?
Patient
this
ID,
one?
Yes, patient ID, yes. Okay, you are the patient ID. You see the patient ID generate. Okay.
Yeah.
Generate each time a new patient. Okay. You take. Okay. Example. Or example ABC. ABC 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay. After software can understand the patient ID automatically either ABC 1, 2, 4.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have to check it with the.
Okay, you can check. I think this is useful for the doctor because they want ID patient generate automatically follow desired character. You see, ABC one.
Yeah, but it's 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's make it. So it counts up here at this point. I see. So you want to have it like not ABC 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You want to have it like 1, 2, 3, 1.
I don't understand the more the patient ID generate how.
Yeah, I have to check it with our development, but because I'm not sure if this is working correctly. Use. And the work list ABC. I will write this question down. I will talk to our development, and I will revert to you with the answer by mail. Is this okay?
Yeah. I think it's important.
Yeah. Okay, I have noted down this question, so let's check it back to simple. Okay, next question.
Okay, another question. Upload imaging function, you know, upload imaging function in the allow user easily and securely upload imaging with the faulty process or other error. You understand?
No, sorry.
Okay. You can try the lead. Okay.
The what?
Lead list.
The list. Okay.
Okay, list. Okay. More. Okay, upload imagine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Upload imagine function. Allow user easily and secure upload imagine with faulty process or other error to the OR server.
Yes.
Okay. After OR support will troubleshooting.
Yeah.
To that to information need input. Input marks and error report, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
can you give?
Yeah.
Can you give some unread? No, we can send anytime and anywhere.
So what is the question?
Okay. You can enjoy the not in imagine to information need import in the upload imagine is the input marks and error report.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you don't have images on the system.
Okay.
Yeah. So this tool, upload images, is also like the support log tool. The support log tool just sent us the log files and the configuration of everything, so we can check it and give hints and maybe solutions. The other side is if you want to report us, for example, faulty images, or you are not satisfied with the quality of the images. So maybe the customer is not satisfied with the quality of the images. You can use the upload images tool to send us a sample study or a sample image. So it will transmit automatically to our servers, encrypted and without patient data. So it will be anonymous. And you can give us a description. For example, the customer thinks that the images are not sharp enough, or the customer thinks that the images should be not so sharp, or maybe not so with a lot of contrast, less contrast, or whatever the customer needs to have his perfect images. So you can send us the sample images, you can send us a small description. Okay, the customer needs it more contrast and less sharp, and we can give you also hints how to adjust the images.
Okay, yes.
Or maybe, for example, worst case, the customer claims I have lines on my images. On every image, there's a line, a small white line from left to right completely. You can upload the images of the lines, and we can check if it's an error in the detector, or if it's an error in the processing, or if it's an error somewhere else, for example, in the bucky or in the table or whatever. So we can use the images you send us here to analyze the images.
I know this function is always available, even if there is no internet connection.
No, you need internet connection.
I see the export and encrypt archive. If no internet connection.
If you don't have internet connection, you can do it another way. For example, yeah, you don't have images here in the system. I will show it here with my system. So if you have, for example, this image, and the customer claims, okay, there's a line, or I'm not satisfied with the image quality, you can, and you don't have a connection to the internet, so you needed to export to something like a thumb drive, USB stick, a hard drive, or whatever. But you need to find where these images are. So you select the study, you go to display in viewer. Okay, here's the image. Here in management below on the right, and select additional tools, you can find DICOM information, this button here. So click this one, and now you can see the DICOM header. So everything is which is stored in the image, you can see now here. But for this case, the most important part is where the image is stored, and this is this DICOM file, DCM. So, you know, okay, I have to go to, yeah, let's go here. You have to go to C, DICOM packs, OR console DB, volume 0. It's study folder 103. And here are all the images. And if you want to send us the complete study, just go back my suggestion is to zip it to a file. So just make it a compressed zip folder. And now you can copy this study to, for example, a hard drive, go somewhere else where you have internet and send us the zip file.
Okay.
Yeah. So always go, I will show it again, management, DICOM information, then you can see where the study is stored. This is a study folder. And I'll show again. There's a volume folder. In every vol folder, there's 1,000 studies. So if you have 1,000 studies in this folder, it will create automatically the next vol folder with a 1, then 2. So every volume folder, there are 1,000 studies in. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. So let's go back to TeamViewer. Here we are. Yeah, and I can show it on your system. It will be stored on data, because we separate. We have the operating system C drive. There's also the software installed, but we separate the archive data because it's at the end of a lifetime. It's a lot of data. So you have D, DICOM packs, OR console DB. The same thing, volume folder.
Okay.
And here it will start with the first one will be 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And you can also see by the study date, it's also entered in the folder name. So here's where the data is stored, the DICOM data.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Another question, Marcus.
Yeah.
Do you have any way to check adjust quality of images
Yes.
images via the software, except
Yes.
Yes, MS adjustment and KV adjustment?
Yeah, I will show it again on my system. So normally when you are logged in as a normal user, and you can see here, you select, for example, the study, and you are not satisfied with the image quality of the study, you can select the study and go back to X-ray. And when you open the image, you can see this branch is disabled. So the processing configuration is not available for the normal user. So we log in as our admin, so as administrator, make the same thing. So we go to lists, we select the study, we go to X-ray. Let's check out maybe. One moment, please. I will, because it's a demo system, it's a little bit different. Let's make this. Let's make it. Okay. Ignore the image, but we can still work with it. So you have this range available when you are logged in as administrator, and when you press it, you are in the processing, in the image processing. So you can see we have different processings for different image types. But there's like a category. So it doesn't matter if it's the first finger or the fifth finger or all the finger. We always use the processing finger Well, we have a different processing for hand, for elbows, and so on. You can see every processing which is now available here. So let's say this is a shoulder, and you want to adjust the processing. You can go to through different steps with these arrows here on the top. So leave it in shoulder because it's a shoulder, and now you can start to adjust the image. I would not start with pixel correction, but for example, also not this one. Let's start with this one, for example. So here you can adjust the denoising, the contrast enhancement, and the global equalization. And now it's, I don't know if you want to try it, so you can play around and you can see the image quality is getting different. Yeah, if you want less denoising, you can see it's now very sharp, but there's also a lot of noise in the image. Is it visible through Zoom? Is it okay to see? Now you can see here now it's very sharp, but it's very noisy. And when you slide this denoising slider here, okay, now the noise is better, but it's also not so sharp anymore. It's a little bit, yeah, flat. So you can adjust the contrast, give it a little bit more up. You can adjust the global equalization, and you can see, and immediately when you change a setting, it will be recalculated, reprocess the image. So the same here, highlight details. You want to move up a little bit. If you have artifacts, we have an artifacts filter. So if you want to remove it, you can set it to low, mid, high, and so on and so on. But the thing is, these settings here are really, it's a lot of stuff and they're really complicated. So you can try to make it yourself. And if you have changed settings, for example, now you are satisfied with the image, that's how the customer would like to have the image. And now when you press here on the right top to get back, it will ask, okay, the processing was changed. What do you want to do? You can just apply it on the image. You can also reject it, but you can also assign it to the current processing. So everything you changed now will be stored for the processing shoulder, or you can also store it as a new processing. So now let's make it, we assign it to the current processing, execute, and now every shoulder will be processed with your new settings. Normally, especially at the beginning, it's hard to understand all the functionalities in the processings because it's a lot of stuff. So if you are not happy with the processing, I would recommend send us example images. Okay, send us images from example, for example, of the chest. Send us to them and give us a small description. So we want it less sharp, more sharp, or whatever. And we will send you, or we can adjust the processing for you. And if this is done, we will send you a small file via email. And again, you can go to this branch to setup and you can import the processing. For example, yeah, we adjusted your shoulder processing. You can press import, select this file we sent you, and import this one to the software. And from this point on, every shoulder will be calculated or processed with a new processing.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can try. You can also, if you don't want to mess up with the existing shoulder processing, yeah, just give it a try. you can play around. You can here with a ROI. Let's make it like this. Yeah, it's completely vice versa. We make it denoising and so on and so on. So when you play around and you are ready with your processing, store it as a new. So for example, you can store it for knee 2. Oh no, it's shoulder 2. Shoulder 2. Execute. And now you can select between the shoulder processing, looks like this, or shoulder 2, so your own processing. Okay so far? It's very difficult. Yeah. So and if you have your own processing, you have to set up the system to use your own processing if you want to use it. So for this, I will finish the study. In management, here we have the configuration button. So we go there. We go in the organ tree to the shoulder. So let's select shoulder. And when you select the planning shoulder, you can see here an image processing. Normally it's done with the processing shoulder. But if you want to use your own processing, you can just change it to this one. And from now on, every shoulder will be processed with your own processing. Is it okay to understand?
Okay, understand.
Yeah. So yeah, you can try it yourself or just send us an image with a small description how you want to have it instead. So adjustments, and we will send you a new processing file, and we can also guide you to import it and to set it up. So that's no problem.
Okay.
Anything else?
Okay, I have a question. You can enjoy the die-compact viewer. Die-compact viewer.
So I will get back to your system here. Oh, you don't have images, so you mean like this one, display in viewer? You mean this one?
You see have for data information in the four corner on the image.
Yeah.
Okay. Can we change it the follow design of the doctor before print?
So okay, so we have to go back. In support mode, you have to enter the customer's data here in hospital. Yeah, you give the hospital's name, the address. You can adjust the practice stamp. But everything here, everything you have entered here will be stored on the images automatically. So when the image is already done and it's finished, it's not changeable anymore. You can change what you want to have in the four corners.
Okay.
So for this, let me check. It's it's not available. No. Check where is this? So when you are in this view, you can press Control F1. So this is the system preferences. I will enter Control plus F1, yeah, like this. And you will come into our system preferences. And in the system preferences, what you want to have are overlays. So it's a filter here. So configuration of overlays.
Overlay. Okay.
Okay, and here you can
see. I see.
really
Okay.
find, and you can add or edit. So if, for example, if you want to have here another line, just press the plus button, then you click in the field with the right button. That's important, with the right button, and then you can select from all the data which is stored image in the image. So if you want to have, I don't know.
I get it. I see. We fill the username and password in the
here. Yeah.
Yes.
For overlay, it's not necessary. Otherwise, it is. I hope it is still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So configuration of overlays is here. You can also delete if you want to have, for example, you don't want to have something in the right corner. Just select here, delete, and then you can delete all the lines you don't want.
Okay. Yes.
You can also select the size of the overlays and so on and so on. Okay.
Okay, I get it. Thank you.
Perfect. Next one.
Thanh ơi, Hiếu nó gặp trường hợp mà ở bệnh viện Thủ Đức ấy mà cập nhật đến 207 tên của bệnh nhân, nhưng mà sau đấy thì không cập nhật thêm nữa, thì trường hợp đấy cậu hỏi chưa?
Cái đấy thì khả năng là do cái hệ thống bệnh viện thôi. Cái này thì không, hiện tại thì Hiếu không biết là cập nhật, Hiếu có đấy không? Thử trao đổi xem hệ thống IT của bệnh viện như nào rồi.
Dạ hiện tại hệ thống IT bệnh viện nó chưa có IT á.
Thế thì nhưng mà không phải mỗi hệ thống của mình mà hệ thống khác cũng bị đúng không?
Dạ con GE cũng đang bị.
Thì đấy thì anh nghĩ là nằm ở IT bệnh viện thôi. Còn khi nó đã link được rồi thì nó sẽ đẩy hết thông tin thôi. Thì cái đấy có thể xử lý sau, bởi vì cái này mình chưa biết được lỗi từ đâu, đúng không?
Dạ.
Em có câu hỏi gì không thì có thể hỏi.
Có câu hỏi gì không?
Dạ không ạ.
Hỗ trợ thế thôi gì?
Dạ.
Rồi. Có ai có câu hỏi gì thêm không ạ? Hôm nay anh ra mình. Thành có câu hỏi gì thêm không Thành?
Các bạn đấy thì tôi mới như thế để tôi xem mọi người hỏi gì, hỏi thêm.
Nó có câu hỏi, cậu có câu hỏi gì mà hình như nó chưa trả lời được không? Xong nó nốt lại đúng không?
Câu mà lúc nãy tôi hỏi thì nó bảo nó phải hỏi cái bộ phận gì của nó đây, bộ phận quản lý gì để mà đấy thì nó bảo nó sẽ trả lời sau.
Okay. Thế thôi nhỉ? Thế thôi mọi người hết đúng không? Có anh chị nào có câu hỏi gì nữa không ạ? Ngoài Thành và kỹ thuật có sale nào ở đây không ạ? Chắc không có nữa. Chắc không có nữa vậy nào. Okay, Martin.
Yeah.
It's clear now. We understood what your explanation so far. Yeah.
You can always write an email, yeah? If you have a small question, even if it's the smallest question you can imagine, just send us an email and we will revert with an answer. Or maybe sometimes also just the right page in the technical manual, because I know it's a big manual nowadays. It started very, very small, the technical manual, and now it's about 400 and I don't know pages. So I understand that it's sometimes hard to find information. So don't worry, don't hesitate, just write us an email. And
yeah, as you know, this is the first year we are providing your X-ray units in Vietnam.
Yes.
So there will be get many problems and errors. That's we need you back to it and support us. Okay. Today is
Martin, please reply soon about question ID. You remember?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I will go upstairs. That's a good thing that our development department is one upstairs, so I can go there directly and talk to the guys, and I will revert to you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for spending time for this training.
Was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay, have a good day.
Okay. Enjoy
Have
your
nice
evening.
day.
Yeah,
Stay
you
safe
too.
and healthy.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Em record cái này bây giờ lưu kiểu gì nhỉ?
Nó từ lưu.
Nó từ lưu nhưng bây giờ lấy lại đâu hả Thanh?
Nó nằm trong ổ ấy, cậu kia này, nó từ lưu trong cái file, cậu cứ tắt xong rồi nó sẽ bảo là lưu không thì cậu ấn save là nó lưu ở trong file đâu, nó chỉ cho cậu luôn.